Alright everybody, welcome in. Today we are going to be doing our special week A rank tutorial. So we're going to set her up actually similarly to how we do our sprinters. We're going to choose 2 legacy characters that give power and speed bonuses. And we're going to do the same support cards that we do with a sprinter. So 3 wit and 3 speed. We're just going to train a little bit differently throughout the career path. So naturally, pick the best support cards you have. You can achieve this with middle range support cards as well. Special Week is kind of a difficult one to train, and she has a variety of races and some strange amount of turns between her races. So anyways, kicking it off, we're going to start off by training up her support cards, because essentially what we're going to do is, just like with our sprinters, we're going to be trying to max out speed, but we're also going to be training stamina, as we want to get around 250 to 300 stamina. So as you can see, the first couple of turns here, we're going to be choosing whatever skill ends up having the most support cards stacked on top of it. And we are going to choose dialogue options. Depending on the support cards, you'll have different dialogue options, but we will be choosing dialogue options dependent on which ones will give you more energy back. So in this case, I'm choosing the bottom option. We got 3 speeds on wit. So we'll choose wit, even though we have max energy, that's fine. We just want to get these friendship bonuses up as quickly as possible. Now, if we have a split like that, where there's 3 support cards on speed and 3 support cards on stamina, we are going to we are going to prioritize power and stamina training, as power gives some stamina as well. So this one, we're gonna go get our 2 wit cards up. One of them is in the green, one of them's in the blue. So we'll take the 3 on the speed there and start training our friendship with the director. I believe this gives about 5 energy, or no energy, just increased friendship. We'll do the wit training here, get our key to some black skill hint and a little bit of energy back when we train wit. 2 on stamina, 2 on wit, or do the 2 on speed. We want to get speed by the end of career as high as we possibly can. Ideally, we could max it out. So there, we're going to do the 2 on stamina. And yes, I know they were already in the rainbow training. That doesn't really matter, because if we have a good stack on them, we'll get bonus training stat points. So we'll still train them. Plus, the closer it gets to rainbow training, the better. Alright, so we got 14 turns to reach the goal here. We're running really low on energy, and our mood has just gone up with that key to some black skill hint. Don't want to fail here, so we are going to take a rest. That Dwight Scarlet is a great support card. We get events that give mood up and energy. We'll do the wit training here and get our Silent Suzuka up to rainbow training. We'll do the speed here, 3 stack, and it'll get Dwight Scarlet up to rainbow training. So we got the 2 speed, and our Narita Taishin is in the green now. So all our support cards are starting to train up pretty well here already. We'll train up the Narita Taishin again, also having a 3 stack there. Now we're looking at 78%. That's pretty high fail rate, so we will take a rest. You'll be fine as long as you exercise afterwards. Will give us some energy back. Alright, so we got a 3 stack on speed, and we got key to some black rainbow training. Our nice nature is getting pretty high up there as well. Another speed stack, so we'll take that. And we're looking pretty good as far as mood and energy goes, and we're getting a lot of Kitasan Black skill hints. But we do want Narita Taishin up to Rainbow Training, and she's right there, so let's go ahead and do that. Now we got 3 speed cards, all able to do Rainbow Training, going into our second race. So basically, for the entirety of this career, we're going to be able to get special Rainbow Training events, which will help grow that speed like crazy, and we'll be able to use the wit to recover energy and also still give some bonus stat points to our speed. So as our energy gets low, just like it was starting to there, we will train our wit, and we'll want to prioritize that type of training when we only have the other option of a single rainbow training on speed, because we want it to, you know, give us as much stat points as possible. So if our energy is, you know, 3/4 of the way full, but we have only a single rainbow training on speed, it might be worth it to train our wit that turn, get a little bit of energy back, and not risk failing the next turn where we could possibly get double rainbow training on speed. So 6 turns to reach our goal. We got normal mood. Let's do a stamina training here. Our goal is around 250 to 300 stamina, but we are absolutely going to prioritize our speed here. I'd say 250 minimum would get through the campaign here. So we'll take a rest. Japanese Derby is going to be one of the first humps we got to get over as far as longer races this early on. The Japanese Derby and then the Peno Show are going to be the most difficult, as well as the Kikuka Show. Double Wit, we'll take that. Get some energy back. Second's still pretty good. It'll get us a mood up. We don't really have a good option here, so we'll do power training, as we had a double stack on that, and it will give us some stamina as well. 41 speed, we'll take that all day. And see, with this support card deck, we're not going to have a lot of energy boosting skills, so we're going to buy what's available. We had straight array recovery there going into the Japanese Derby, and that will pretty much just allow us to ignore our low energy. Well, there is still the RNG, and maybe it doesn't proc, but we'll do it again. Should be able to complete it, no problem. There we go, second place. Alright, and the next up is going to be the Kikuka Show. And we're going to pretty much do what we've been doing, bouncing between our speed support cards, sprinkling in a little bit of stamina throughout, but mainly focusing on getting speed up and training wit when needed. It'll be fine as long as you exercise afterwards. Now, we did have full energy, but it doesn't hurt to get a little bit of speed. 64 wit, we love to see that. And we only have a 1 stack on speed, so this is a good time to train our stamina. Yep, no good stacks that time, so we'll do stamina again, because we'll get extra points, being that it is the beach training. 53 speed, no problem. And our energy's getting a little low now, so we will need to take a rest. Top option during beach training always gives power. Take a look here. We will need to rest, and then we'll be having 3 turns until the Kikuka Show. We got 38 wit, we'll take that. Get quite a bit of energy back, actually. $24 on speed, 16 stamina, 24 speed. We got a double stack there with the director. Double stack speed, it overtakes single stack on wit as long as we have the energy and a percent of success of over 15%. If it's a 15% or higher failure rate, I would say rest. So in this case, we're going to train Gourmand going into the Kiku show because it is one of the longest races in our career. When you are getting at this point, purchase whatever the best energy skill you have is. In this case, we came in 5th. We're going to change to our pace racer, and now we came in 1st, as we currently have 3 energy skills, and they seem to have all procced, which will, you know, allow us to sort of ignore our low energy stat throughout the race. And then going into the Tenno show, we're going to continue training between speed and wit. If you've watched any of the sprinter videos, it's pretty much identical as far as the training goes. The difference is that throughout this career, we're going to be basically just flooding her with energy skills. Before the Tenno show, we're pretty much going to buy every single energy skill that we have available. With my support cards, I think we may have already done that, so we will take a look. But we have Gourmand, and I believe it was straight array recoveries, and those are 2 fantastic skills. So 31 wit, get some of that energy back, and possibly get a double or triple speed stack even. So no stacks this time. When we don't have any stacks and we have high energy, I like to just throw in a power training, and that mood down, that's lame. But the power training, when you get lucky with good cards, and let's say you have some fantastic RNG throughout the game, throwing in some power training, especially with a legacy build like this, can potentially get you up until that A+ rank. So we'll do the 25 wit, and we now have a C+ wit, C+ power, and a B in speed. 28 wit, we'll take that since we're about halfway through our energy bar. And now we're up to around 3/4. Having these wit stacks really help recover energy and allow us to continue getting points without losing turns. We'll train speed. .30 speed, we'll take that again. And 1 turn before the Tenno show. And this is where we will proc our inspiration and get some power. A little bit of speed as well with the legacy cards we chose, but we'll get some power. That's the main focus here, because we're training the hell out of our speed stat. So we got 12% wit, we'll do that. That way we get a few more points going into the Tenno show. Now let's take a look at our skills. We got quarter recovery, 30% off. So we'll take that. That's as much as we can purchase at the moment. So you'll want as many energy reviving points or skills going into the Tenno show. If you have 3 or 4, you should have no problem competing. See, we got 1st place, and our stamina was nowhere near what the suggested or recommended was. And that is completely fine, because that's the longest race that we have in this entire career. So everything else after this should essentially be a breeze. The main focus now is getting that speed up as high as possible. We'll train some wit here, get some energy back. 27, 21% chance we'll do another wit training. That does give some speed points at least. Again, choosing dialogue options that give energy back. It will depend on your build, however, energy recovering dialogue options are usually pretty obvious. They involve things like resting or eating. 34 speed, we'll take that. 65, we'll risk it, and yes, we did it. Fantastic. Now, you might not get lucky to have a 65 stack like that, but, ooh, 44 in wit. But even if you don't, that's probably not going to be the make or break on this run of whether or not we get an A rank. It probably is just going to increase how far we get throughout the A rank and how close we are to an A+. 33 speed, it's kind of low. We'll take a rest. Our stats are looking good. We're pretty much guaranteed an A at this point. We'll knock on wood, but this is gonna push us up into A S rank speed. And we'll train Wit with Director there. So if we can get SS speed and potentially even get S Wit, we could even get an A+ in this run. So let's train Wit here because we want to get that close to A as possible. We've already achieved our speed goal here. We'll do another Wit training. So these are some pretty good looking stats. We haven't even started the URA finals yet, and we'll get around 35 to 50 extra stat points per stat, depending on how our friendships with the director and the reporter go. And there's a first place, no problem. One turn before the Arimakinen. Quality shoes will give us a speed and power boost there. And 29 wit. Excellent. And we got our skill level up. So now we are very close to an SS in speed. We have an A in wit and a B+ in power. So we'll likely, if we are able to train speed a few times, we might even get that power up to an A. And we're going into the URA with a full energy bar and a mood at great, which is fantastic. .38 speed, we'll take that. And these should pretty much be a breeze for us. The URA qualifier, semifinal, and finale shouldn't really be giving us any trouble with these stats. And I misclicked 4 times there. There we go. By 9 lengths. We are killing it. .26 speed, why not? And it looks like we are going to get A for power. I don't think this will be high enough to get an A+, but we should be around a middle of the way A rank here. And advance to the finals. So we got one more training. We'll do the 31 in speed. And oh, damn it. Oh, we failed. And that was actually a pretty good chance of success too, but oh well. Missing out on one at the end is not the end of the world. I misclicked again. And there we are. We are the URA finals. Now we just gotta go and buy our skills with the remaining points that we have, but this should be a pretty solid A rank career. Got our bonus 10s from the director. Didn't quite max her out, but that should be fine. And we got 1189 speed, 822 power, and 881 in wit with 645 points left. We did buy Gourmand. You'll have whatever your best and energy reviving skills are. And we're just gonna sprinkle the rest of our skill points over the skills that are good aptitudes for us. And there we have it. That is our A rank special week. So yeah, it was pretty solid career there, and we should be able to pretty much achieve that with that build 9 times out of 10. Every now and then you'll, you know, go through and get some bad RNG and fail some races. But thank you for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what Uma you'd like to see train next. Have a great day.